Go ahead.
Hi, this is Coach Rick Desatel coming to you from Michigan's premier studio boxing and workshop. This is, I believe, our 5th or 6th video in the series about how we work with our athletes, how we make them better both mentally and physically, and then how we put that together. Okay, this one is, if you remember, we're going to feet, breathe, eyes. This is eyes. This video is when we're talking about how do we use these better to slow everything down. Okay. We told you in the first video that the mental health industry has a list of things, and they said five things you can see was at the top of the list. Now, why is this the biggest one? Well, when I look at things, really look at them, even with my own hand, for example, the more I look, the smaller I look, the more my brain comes out here. Okay, again, we're trying to shut off this voice up here. We're trying to perform under pressure. We talked about feet, we talked about breathing. Now the eyes are the ultimate slow everything down. It doesn't matter what sport I'm playing. If I'm playing football and my coach says I have to put my hand on a certain spot, well, I have to look there and I have to look really small and see it and put my hand there. If I'm playing golf, I'm not just going to look at the ball, I'm going to look at a small part of the ball and try to hit that. We call that aim small, miss small. If I'm teaching a basketball player how to shoot, he's going to look at that rim, but I'm going to teach him how to look at just something really small on that rim and try to hit that. Okay, again, this helps both mentally and physically, because the more I'm looking at something and really concentrating on it, out I come. Now I'm in present time. Okay. Also, where I look matters. Okay, one of the things, if you've ever taken a driving course, is they'll say that you'll go where you look. In other words, if there's a tree here and an open thing, if I looked at the tree, that means I hit it. It means I'm going to hit it. That's eye-hand coordination. So if I'm working with a hockey player, and the hockey player, for example, is having trouble that when he comes in on the goalie and he keeps hitting the goalie in the chest, that means that's where he's looking. So what I have to do is train him to not look at the goalie, but look at the spaces around the goalie. And then once he starts seeing those, he'll start hitting those. Because again, where I look is where things go. But it's also important that where I look is where my body goes. So a lot of times when we're teaching people how to run and jump, if they're looking down, my body wants to follow that. That's natural. That's what happens in gymnastics and people who dive. Wherever they look, that's where their body is going to go. So for example, when we're teaching runners how to run, and they're just going to be from this position, they should not be looking down, because then their body's going to want to follow that move. There's been a misconception that people think you're supposed to keep your head down when you first take off. That's true if you're a track runner. If you're a sprinter and you're starting with your head down already, you don't want to just come straight up. So they tell you to come out nice and slow, kind of like an airplane. Well, it's not the same if I'm already standing up. I don't want to be looking down. Now I'm already up. Now I'm just going to move forward, and I got to look where I'm going. I want to run a straight line, especially if I'm being timed like in a 100-yard dash or something. The straighter line, the better. Okay? So where I look, that's where I'm going to go. And it's even important if you study martial arts like jiu-jitsu. I'm also a wrestling coach. And one of the things we'll do is we'll tell our athletes, if they're in a certain position, that what they have to simply do is just start looking away, and things will start to move, and their body will follow it. So it's not just in the eye-hand coordination sports that where we look and how we use our eyes matters. It matters in everything we do. If I'm giving even a speech or performing in front of people, I want to look and slow that room down. I've got to breathe, calm down, make sure I got my legs under me. Otherwise, all these things are going to go. My feet are going to run all over the place. My breathing's not going to be good. I'm even going to hold my breath. And now the room is buzzing and spinning. Well, the same thing happens in sports. So we put those three things together. Your feet, your breathing, and your eyes. Now I'm out here. Now I've already done the physical work. My legs are fast. I'm fast down here. Now I've learned how to slow things up here. Now we got an athlete who can keep climbing the line. And that's how we do it. Subscribe. We'll see you next time. More videos to come, we promise.